was a 5v5. It's a little bit different. We don't have specialists, but you have the new additions, and I don't know, Black Ops 4 to me, in terms of the map set, you could pretty much take any of them, and I think they would work.
Yeah, best launch map set we ever had.
Yeah, I think it's no doubt about it in terms of that title.
But Envoy cosplaying as Dan Ghosty. There we go. Over to Dan Ghosty. We'll see him try to get rock and roll. And Envoy does start out hot, though. He is on 4 straight quickly. It's been a nice P1 setup. Our cameras and names not quite matched up, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll
listen,
get synced.
it's a little bit of a break. We're getting relocked as casters and as production. But Josie, he's dealing with this P2 rotation, able to find Craze. And this is going to be a P1 with some of the power positions on this hill where you can earn a ton of time. I mean, you can already see Carolina, they feel like with, all right, P2 is a money hill. We have to pretty much give this up and go.
And then you can stand on top of the box and have another heading, like on top of the heading.
It's all about nades.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be huge, especially off the opening rip too, where you're gonna have the no trophies for people to deal with. How do some of these hard points play a little bit differently just with the movement of this? Well, maybe it's not having it's not just shoulders, it's jump peaks as well.
Yeah, it's jump peaks, and obviously, I mean, we don't have like the specialists and everything, but it feels like
True.
You have a little bit more room because it wasn't 5 versus 5. So you're going to see teams spawn all the way across the map. And while P2's a money hill, Carolina, they wanted to get into position for this. They flip the map. They immediately respond after that. I think that's a good showing. Some of these hills on some of these maps now, it's going to be about these long rotations and making sure you have spawns.
And with the change with the NPC, one of the other big changes, you know, there's probably some sub players that maybe take a step back, some that.
We're into the P3. I think you're going to see a lot of 3 NPCs. And yeah, because you can just fry. Good luck getting into these spots. But yeah, Lurqxx, good start so far. And Carolina now in the lead.
And this could be a massive money hill. So far, so good for Ravens. Looking to push open this lead more. Just funneling them through doorways, trying to line them up, get damage in. Exceeds 5 spree comes to an end, but Ravens continue to hold. No opening for Paris. It is a split spawn for them, and they'll try to take a crack at this again. And you're seeing why this will be one of the bigger money hills on the map.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be one of those things where you're going to see some spawns come in and the players just in teams not quite adjusted yet. They don't really know the limits of the map and where you're spawning players, but they're learning as we go. And while they have an idea, Neptune is back here. They are looking for this guy. They just did not check the corner. But it was 42 points in that P1.
That'll be Sib. The rest trying to make it through the back inside. I'll see if Neptune's done enough damage to get them in. It looks like they will break. They'll have numbers. They'll have spawns. Gentlemen need this time now as Sib tries to push it out. You'll see him rocking both weapons on this particular map. Really good pressure instantly off the respawn, though, for Ravens as Lurqxx gets 2. They're right back in. Neptune's triple, though. Neptune nearly a quad. At least get 2 tags in. That should be an easy trade. Ghosty will steal the deal. And Gentlemen will hold on to this time to stay in the fight.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why in the past maybe we didn't see this weapon is because if you catch a headshot close range, you can 3-pull it. So it is very strong in some of these up-close gunfights. We saw it there from Neptune. Yeah, Paris, they get back into control of a hardpoint, but a nice start there for Carolina throughout this first set.
Yeah, I was watching some of the Optic scrims. It's going to feel very, very good. Ravens, the ones giving it right now. Up 40, holding on to the advantage. Let's hear the comms now with the new man on the team. Fire.
Envoy's gonna be towers.
No.
I'm trying to wrap
bridge.
I spawned D-back from behind.
No, he's got me milk. Low bridge,
One more.
top bridge.
Top bridge in time.
Yeah, I'm staying alive. He's on time, guys.
Both on time. On the car. Link me. The car in time.
I'll see the guy bridge.
Nice.
I'm going now.
That was him. I spawned out.
I'm running out for now.
They could have spawned 18 on me.
I heard. They were in the. You want to sprint on me?
Back. Deep wide.
I'm with you in the back. I'm dead. Mail.
I'm playing safe. Yeah, two hole, guys.
There's 2. I got one more.
I'm coming through front.
I know.
One should be new.
On the pillar.
D-back.
Yeah, cross.
I'm coming.
Already. I'm close.
Hold me. Envoy, hold it.
Do that. I got blown up. One is outer slip.
One blow.
One
more front. 2 both front. One's in the car, one's full steady.
I have sushi. I'm looking at sushi. Try the work.
Outer 18.
Outer 18 on me, guys. I'm one shot.
I got mail control.
Outer
time. Outer 18 again. Outer 18. That's that. And one
sushi. I know how much. Toward.
Top 18. Top 18 nap.
I'm 18.
Time in front. Outer 18.
Stay down. I got you.
Good ride, yeah.
Weak.
Outer weak and yo, slow.
I'm sitting small.
Yeah, 3-0.
He's in the pinch. He's gonna
They're gonna be on me. They're gonna be on me.
I'm coming.
I spawn small.
I'm gonna help him.
I'm playing safe, Jay. I'm not
Cyber hold
pushing
cross.
it out.
Cyber hold cross. Cyber hold cross.
I made a push right. I didn't hit him. You got my towels?
Yeah.
Ivory hold cross.
I've already hit that one.
From the first set, they had a great, some big time there in 2. They're going to transition this into 3 if they can.
Maybe you wanted a little bit more stability from Fire with this addition, and you're getting it. Almost 2 minutes in the hill, 15-9, being in the spots, allowing his teammates to do whatever the hell they want. But the key throughout this map is you are simply out-rotating this Gentlemates roster. And when new maps are added, it is just tough because you don't know the most effective way to break these money hills like we do on some of these older maps. And when you're getting out-rotated every single time, you're going to have score lines like this for now.
If you saw Ghosty and Sib's stat line, if you saw Exceed and Fire stat line, you would instantly say they were probably out-rotated.
Yeah.
Like honestly, because it has been, I'm sure, not a lot of fun for Ghosty as he's had M15 out trying to break in, got people lurking in spots, and then PC just, he's headbutting a wall right now. P4 again, because they need it. They absolutely need some big time. If they get the rest of this, or within 20, you're in a good position. And they've been able to start to push out kind of both sides of this. Nice win from Fire will at least keep Envoy honest on that side of it. But good trade from Envoy. But as you have to keep Envoy there to the first gunfight from Fire, look what happens. Opens up to the front. They're all able to get through, and then Fire's a big part of that.
Yeah, I mean, Neptune and Ghosty. Oh my, I don't know what just happened there, but that is not what you want. Maybe a detonate on the ground, but the fact is Neptune and Ghosty, they got out of the hill, and they wanted to fight the street, right? If they win that fight, yes, Carolina spawned so far away, but the problem is they both die. There were no trades, and well, that leads to Ravens getting the final 20 or 30 points.
Your last guy would have been Envoy, but he's chasing down a kill deep in the back, so great job from Ravens, timing things up perfectly, winning fights. Really, they're going to have to improve on 2 and 3 if they're going to mount the comeback. Not going well for them so far, though. Opening seconds, all going to Ravens. Neptune going to find the only kill. Everything else, it's still all Ravens.
Yeah, you're just seeing, I mean, Headshot comes in and you are evaporated by this weapon, but Neptune trying to make the plays, but he gets cleared out by Exceed and Lurqxx. We heard it, they were on point. This is what we're talking about. This P1, not easy to break whatsoever. A lot of headies, you can hit the jump spots. Good luck, but Neptune trying to make it happen. But Ravens, with the addition of Fire, trying to close out this first map, and they do exactly that.
Okay, well, Ant saw this one going 4. I don't know how he's feeling now. Might be going 4 the other way as Ravens dominate in the map 1. Listen, Qualifier 2, we saw, listen, there were upsets all over the place. Results didn't make a whole lot. Some teams going to need to take advantage. Some teams going to need to come up with some crazy wins. But if we know anything about Craze on this particular map, he could be the first blood reaper.
And Envoy just picked up that snipe. Wherever Sib got naded, dropped him a snipe. Envoy's able to tie things up.
Not sure I've ever seen that on the kill feed. Envoy with a snipe.
I mean, that's beautiful. Well, thanks for that drop.
Takes the gift, and suddenly, after that opening blood from Craze, it's now Gentlemates in the driver's seat. 3 versus 2, but they're going to have to find the kills, find the defuse. Craze spots for the info, knows where the pressure is coming from. He's going to back up and group up with Exceed. They have this planted to deal with from mid. Craze will take a route. And Exceed will find the angle from Statue. He's going to have a big one-on-one, I believe, against Neptune here shortly. Craze able to win it. There's that one-on-one. Neptune's able to win it. Now it's all going to be on Craze. He'd have to get the ace here, or maybe just walk away with one off a bomb. Thought maybe he had the pick, not able to connect on the shots. Gonna double chow and drop. Doesn't look winnable at all. And like, I feel like that's what it should be with a sub at that range, but spots like that, you're gonna have to hit some shots before they get up close and personal. Sib, instead of being blooded with a nade, this time able to find the opening pick. So back-to-back rounds with sniper kills for Gentlemates. Numbers for him. Lurqxx, though, nice one-on-one win for him, but there's one of those up-close fights where an AR just gets smoked is Craze. And now it seems like whoever gets the first blood loses numbers, loses the round. Okay.
And I'm just a little worried already because there's just like this time, and what's this slide gonna do? And well, it's gonna slide into the NPC, and it's almost like he messed up that slide, so he didn't have a clear shot. LOS onto that player, but here we go, 20 seconds. You still have a shot if you are Ravens. Craze is still lurking. Lurqxx is, well, he's continuing to make plays, and they're both gonna find it. Well, it's gonna come down to the defuse again.
10 seconds to go. Probably just needs one pick. They're on it, and Ghosty able to win it. The headshots come through. Neptune gonna trust his guy, and Gentlemates, with the late push on the bomb, are able to pull off the retake. But that's probably another example right there, honestly, with Fire, where that's a spot where sometimes you can slide, catch a timing, and make up for that trophy.
are gonna die. But yeah, you're just waiting on him. Is someone gonna turn? Are we smart enough to do this? Well,
that makes it easier.
There we go.
Yeah, the first one makes it a little easier for somebody to pick up the flank, but it's Exceed that does both. He can be the absolute reaper on this site with the snipe. And you're seeing it again, all on Ghosty now. 20 seconds ago, 1 versus 4. That's the luck, fella. Not gonna happen.
And it's a tough one. Obviously, you're always going to trust Sib to sort of win that fight, but it's one of those things where you're just waiting on Envoy. And if
Monster
you give
map 1, still trying to find maybe the rhythm here in Search and Destroy, but you're tied up 2-2. They take all of mid, and now it's Sib's turn on the other end. If you heard my comment, but he is traded out quickly. Number still going to go the way of Gentlemates unless Exceed can bring it back. Tree just smokes him, and so does Neptune. Neptune then gets another. Blessed by a tree and blessed by that gunny. Neptune with a takeover round.
Shout out to Day. They're just trying to find info. They really have nothing right now. And well, it's going to come down to this.
Yep. Neptune wins the patience battle. Catches one, they'll plant right after that. Now it's probably going to need to be some magic from Exceed with the sniper again if they're going to bring this back. Lurqxx is tagged up and should be dropped. Smoke, finesse, but Neptune deals with it. 5 straight out for him as he gets up to 7-2. Just don't give Exceed some freebies. Fire, hell of a win there.
How did Neptune end up there?
I have no idea.
Guy's just running at them.
The guy is moving. Sib wins the sniper duel this time around, and now a 2-round edge in the search. Over towards A, but it looks like this is the time we might get pushed up. Hold an angle. It's going to be Neptune. He finds another blood. Damage into a second, but Lurqxx able to snap and at least trade 1. The Ravens attack pretty split for now. You've got Exceed out towards mid. He's going to lurk underneath the eyes of Sib. Exceed could get through and catch one. We got to have Lurqxx alive. Lurqxx is still alive there. Somehow he's able to stay up, and Exceed gets here in time. Maybe he can catch one, but now it's going to be all on him 1 versus 3 with the big stick.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if he doesn't have the sniper, but he's just thinking there's someone deep all the way back pillars watching this, and well, he's going to fly out, and Envoy and Neptune shut down that round.
This one, try to close it out here 6-2 and tie up the series. Brush off a shaky opening Gridlock, and well, Sib dishing out the snipe again. Fire. Well, he had a great debut. Not the best map too, but it takes some time to get rolling in Search with the team. Exceed though will bring it back. Sib overstays his welcome. He will drop. Lurqxx is gonna snap onto Ghosty. The power of the NPC and the power of Lurqxx on display.
Well, it's also just the movement, right? You can see the difference. I don't think you're moving like that with the Dravik. You're a little bit quicker in this.
Maybe he's trying to group up and catch somebody. They're hoping that might have been pushing through because Gentlemates have tried that a couple of times and nobody's gonna be there.
Just gonna leave Neptune. Hopefully he can make the play here. And well, he's done it in the previous round. A little bit of a different spot though. Off angles galore from both of our teams. And how does this play out?
Oh, no.
I just defuse it.
He's able to get 2. Neptune, the playmaker, 11-6 out of him. Everything now on fire to bring this back. Not gonna happen. A solid win in the Search and Destroy for Gentlemates. Somewhere they're gonna need to find improvements. And they beat Ravens on one of kind of their bread and butter towards the B goal. Eyes on Craze because he's going to be the one that will probably be your timing player to try and catch something. Not going to happen. He's going to get shouldered and absolutely obliterated there from Envoy. Lurqxx is going to get pinned. Envoy's obliterating everyone. It's all going to be down to 40 to make the play. He's only able to get 1, and that is a quick score for Gentlemates after early control for Ravens.
And well, yeah, I mean, Craze just gets picked first. And kind of what we saw with Den is just that, like this sort of 50-yard line stagnation between both of our teams. And normally the defenders would kind of wait for the attackers so this doesn't happen. But that time, Craze, he started that domino effect. He needs
to wait for the rest of his team to make the play and get in behind. Ghosty able to do it, just barely able to win it. He's on 6 straight, and there's your 3rd score. Paris, dominant.
And well, is he just nowhere? Yeah, he's just not out of that play. He is just out of that play. Somehow lurked through mid-cut. Tried to get forward, was hoping something would happen. Instead, his teammates get taken down. Well, Paris, they just fly on forward.
And now this is sort of the opposite of what we talked about in Hardpoint. Like, Lurqxx is popping off. You're ahead on rotation constantly. You're setting him up for success, but you've been mostly having to play defense and haven't been able to get loose at all. And Lurqxx is in hell now. 5-13. The pace of this game, the setup of this game has been all dictated by Paris. They've got a chance to flush through a 4th here in the final 20 or so seconds. Envoy has been huge for them offensively. Found a triple to really set up that first kind of double score they were able to get. Fire, I swear all 13 of his have come basically from the goal line. And you're gonna get one more stand, I think, here to get you to half.
Scenario. Oh, we just go to halftime. You're up 3-0. So Ghosty's gonna take a couple of fights. He knows he's got 12 seconds remaining. I mean, KD continues to look better and better. It's just how quickly can he get there?
Yeah, well, you have time to. No, you're not going to. I thought maybe you had time to just run through, just fry people and get in. Not gonna happen for Royal Ravens. Can they finally get one in? Neptune says no, sir. Fire not really with the angle to help at least get the score through. He'll stall out any kind of counter opportunity, I believe, for Paris for now. Pressure is on, and Lurqxx is trying to make things happen by himself in the back line, but he's been spotted. Two heads turning deal with him. Exceed trying to help him out. A one-on-one here towards the point for a second, but Exceed's so weak, I'm not sure he can do much.
Hey, now he's gonna reset, so maybe that gives you an opportunity, but guess what? Sib is behind you, and you've just been stagnant. Like, it feels like you've had one or two players in good spots, but then the other two are across the map where they get caught off a spawn. So you really haven't had a good look at this if you are Ravens. Like, you had your players in the positions you want to score right there, but instead now Paris on the counter.
Yeah.
And well, Neptune, he's gonna cut them off, spawn them deep. It is down to a C, but he's gonna be too late.
It's 4-0, and you're getting outslayed by like 5, 6. Like, it's not that crazy. Like, they're not getting some sort of relay miracle.
Yeah, no, it's over.
Yeah. Simply too good defensively. Finally, a score goes home for Ravens.
And this guy.
Fortunately, it's not what it matters.
What a map out of Dan Ghosty. 28 and 18 right now. Plus, he has 2 scores on the board. He is looking damn good. But yeah, getting you up to 1. And yeah, very similar to the series that we've seen from them at Major 2. Losing that first Hardpoint, but controlling the series after that.
And this is one where I think for Sib, the stat line doesn't really tell the story. I mean, whether it was the nade that picked up the EMP carrier, whether it was, I think 2 times he shot an EMP carrier in the back to stall out a push. Had the stat line maybe a little bit here late, but
yeah, it was worse, but it didn't matter. Yeah, like you just tell that.
yeah, the kills that mattered. He had several kills that mattered.
He's running that third NPC and probably shouldn't be in extra time, and there we go. Had some changes to the mode the last couple of weeks, trying to figure out what we wanted to play. And
I know that's not the most important thing, but as a caster, you know, when you're casting it over and over and over again, I want it to look a little pretty. I do.
I'm sure the viewers love it too. Yeah,
maybe a little colors. I don't need you know, MW 2019 where everything was gray the entire time. Give me a little color. Into this P1 as both teams kind of vying for control here at the bar. Ghosty playing just outside the point. Craze is going to catch both and just put them down. Neither team really able to earn any time yet, but finally, Ravens stacking up behind the triple.
And they get the map flip, right? They want that P2 side. We're going to head towards that top right. So similar to Gridlock. Well, they're getting the time, but they were also able to flip the map and cash in on this P2. See Fire, he's gonna be playing a little bit safe. 4-1 start for him. Immediate pressure though gonna be here for Gentlemates. Well, Craze will spawn out, so he's gonna be the one guy behind enemy lines, just trying to pick this up.
Exceed is going bananas though. Exceed nearly killed it. Exceed was just dancing around rocks, just putting them down. Exceed goes nuts. And that's a big part of why, well, I mean, they had to actually get the flip, obviously, through the P1, but that immediate pressure dealt with so well by Exceed. We'll get right back over to his POV. Neptune is one with a rock. Well, he has been since the release of this game, if you think back to exposure. But it is Paris that are finally able to get through and get in, rack up some of this time with a healthy 20 seconds remaining here.
Well, it seems like if you get past sort of that back right alley, that's when you block those spawns. That's when they start to flip, and that's what happened. You found the early kills, and now you're trying to get pushed out towards this P3.
Another opportunity here for Ravens to capitalize. You deal with the point man and Neptune. New hardpoint popping in 3. Really far forward will be Craze. Anything he finds will just stagger this a little bit. He is able to at least get info there through mid. He's going to try and wrap that. He's going to take the chow and win it against Neptune.
I mean, he's the guy just trying to figure out where is this push coming from, and he's not seeing anything down low. So he's like, hey guys, like watch this bridge, watch catwalk. It's got to be coming from here. Well, he's gonna find the first 3 players in that first push, able to find those kills, and now he is just taking his time. But Sim just walks right on up, and he's able to break this for a little bit.
See how long that break actually lasts. But I think that Lurqxx POV there was kind of showing what you were talking about. You can get lost. You can shift floors very quickly. A lot of different corners you can work as he was bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, but you are able to flip the spawns. Looks like you just didn't block if you were Raven, so you're going to find some of this scrap time and stay in the game.
It's kind of similar to what we saw in the last Hardpoint, honestly. Got a little mixy around the midway point. And it's keeping Paris in the game with some scrappy hardpoint. We're heading out to, well, Exceed's area of the map where he went nuts earlier over at Rock, as he'll get back into his position. Turn this into 40 or so, instead of getting a little bit closer to splitting the time. But the fact is, they haven't really been splitting. They've been taking like a 10-15 second advantage each time. They continue to do that, they're going to be winning the map. Craze is going the whole way around. That's going to turn multiple heads and should open up the front of the hardpoint for Royal Ravens to get back in.
And that was massive because Paris, they were probably one kill away on the Craze from really having total map control. But then, as you said, like, he gets a kill, someone else spawns up and guns another one. So the last two had to turn to deal with Craze.
But here we are
have the spawns.
Here we are again.
But Ghosty continues to have himself a hot series after that map one, 14-5, 6 in a row.
It just seems right around 25 to 30 seconds remaining in the hardpoint, and that's the bread and butter right now for Paris Gentlemates. We'll see if they can flip the script and kind of win it on both fronts here eventually. If they can get a nice transition into next, that's what they're gonna have their best opportunity to look at a lead. But kills from Craze and Exceed kind of slowing down that story for now. As Fire wins a one-on-one towards Nil.
Yeah, just trying to
they're able to really hold on and lock it down. Now we get back into mid-map. And we'll see if this plays out similar to the first set of rotations.
Carolina have done a good job since the start, as you said, to kind of go for that P5 one more time. I think they're just kind of playing for mid-map control since P5
True, a little different,
right
but
through here.
I figure part of it was also, I mean, that break was over 40 seconds left too, so a little different than the previous ones, but
so far so good here.
You also are kind of fighting over what you want to control anyway, right? But yeah, another nice P1 from Royal Ravens, and they're going to bust through the back and get a flip similar to like they were able to do the first time through, and that's on the back of Lurqxx and Exceed. And remember, in transition, this is where Exceed kind of got set up in the same position he is now, near the rocks, bottom right, and just went wild to shut this down. It's going to be on Exceed again, probably to walk away with a multi. This time, no, not T, he's on 5 straight.
Yeah, and again, it's just like they've had these deaths right around before P2 pops, and that allows Paris to get through and kind of flip the map, make it messy. You can see spawns right now a little bit all over the place. Nobody has back spawn control. But Neptune, he's able to make plays.
Okay.
He's able to make plays, finds the double, buys enough time for his teammates to get here.
The fact that awkward timing where he chest bumps somebody turns into him getting 2 and, well, maybe a whole hell of a lot of time. You're back within 20 now. And Neptune doesn't even walk away with that kill. It's going to be Ghosty that comes away with it. But the fact is, the team shot is on. 3 in a row for Ghosty, 4 in a row for Neptune. Maybe a lead change going to be looming.
And this is what I mean with P2 and P3. Like, you don't have to necessarily have those close spawns. You can just sort of win these fights from inside. And yes, it has been an individual play, but
just
Neptune,
due to the size of the hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean, he has so much finesse in here. They have not been able to find him. Hellstorm in his back pocket, and now they also control the next
Trying to find finesse spots and angles to find picks. It'll be on players like a Neptune and Envoy to try and do the same.
No way.
And, well, it's a very quick break there for Ravens. Things fall apart just as we're telling the story of the run for Paris.
Yeah, I mean, just weren't able to find where that push was coming from, but you're fighting on back. Even with the close spawns, you're immediately able to get inside, and now Fire has to hang on because his teammates are spawning across the map. So just brace back and forth.
Fire, while doing his thing again in the hill department, leading the way with 90 seconds there. 15 remaining. You'll be up about 40 if you get the rest of this time. A much better second set of rotations so far for Paris. This is where Ravens now have to answer. They get trolled for so long, but now trying to battle back into this. Here goes Neptune in a second here. Oh, it's gonna be the streak. Okay, just tucked out the window. Streak gonna be coming in. You'll see the white arrow start to scatter. Let's see what this.
Well, this is gonna be a map where these things are gonna be deadly. P4 and P5. Wide open. You go 1 for 1. Yeah, they're outside, so you're gonna force them into tough positions. And well, he's gonna find a double after that. So Neptune do whatever he wants.
Yeah, 1 for 1, but I think Envoy got a kill right as he called the streak too. So he had a little. Well, didn't get killed by the streak, yes, but it set them up for a good spot. Ghosty though, 30 and 13. This is like that. Bro, remember that Gridlock he had, or not the Gridlock, sorry, that Din Hardpoint I think he had versus Thieves or something, where he was like quadruple positive the entire time. Ghosty, after a slow map 1, has just been frying, and they are 35 points away from closing out this series.
Yeah, you might be telling M15 players we're all right.
Yeah.
A bit more chaotic early on is Saki than what we saw on Gridlock, break after break. Team still figuring it out, and that's going to allow Paris to be 10 points away.
Ghosty's been on his 30 for a minute. Neptune just joins him. Won't win it on that hard point, but here comes next. Now you've got to be perfect if you are the Royal Ravens. But Sib is picking you apart. He might get a third, and he will. Sib lines them up, shuts them down, everybody dead. Paris will now be in the hard point. 5 seconds for the dub. Sib goes wild late. It's a series victory for Paris. They started slow, but same with Major at the Major, right?
Yeah, no, I mean,
lost map 1, then ripped 3 straight.
3-1s all year.
Travis, how do you feel about your performance as a team?
I feel like our performance as a team, I feel like we're starting to find that flow we had at Major 1. And honestly, I'm just going to chalk the map 1 up to it being the first map of the stage.
Valid.
I feel like in Hardpoint and scrims, we've been playing insane, and I'm really confident.
Okay.
You look ridiculous on the map, especially with the NPC in your hand. One, how are you liking this meta? And the second part of that is you guys are whipping out 3 NPCs, sometimes 4 on some of the hills.
Yep.
Talk to me about that and how the game's changing.
Yeah, I mean, the game is just changing right now because of the Dravik nerf, and I feel like a lot of ARs, they're having a hard time adapting with the new meta, which is understandable. The NPC is I mean, it's a god gun, but I definitely think, like, as time goes on, like, people are going to start figuring out, like, how to play in this meta and adjust, and we're going to see probably more ARs out. But right now, yeah, it's just NPC.
And you guys were playing with the muzzle on the AR in that one, or no?
I believe so. I think that was something Rogue Scrap said since yesterday. Yesterday he said, "Yo, I'm putting on the muzzle," and everyone else like just followed through on it.
Yeah, we are too.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be intended.
There we go, Scrap.
Neptune, being one of the players on one of the top teams, and you know when these updates come through, y'all's opinions obviously are. It feels like they have more weight. Like you're talking about Scrap, and he's top AR. He's like, I'm gonna use a muzzle. It's up to you guys if you want to put it in. With the NPC,
Yeah.
Does it feel like this game? Does the balance feel better for you guys? Does it feel maybe worse, or does it just feel like a very big change?
Honestly, I would say for our team in particular, I think we've been loving this meta.
Oh yeah.
I think me and him, we've just been blitzing and frying with this gun. So I have nothing bad to say about it. Honestly, I love this meta. Let's keep this gun in, and let's keep all the attachments the same.
Final question for you, Neptune. How many compliments are you getting on the new chin hair?
Honestly, I got a shave, to be honest.
Nah, it looks good. It looks good. Keep it, my guy. You're frying with it.
All right. I appreciate that.
Thanks for being on the show. We'll catch you soon.
All right.
That is Neptune, our first Monster Winner Spotlight member. We have 2 more coming in the show. And do we get our first Game 5 after this?
Well, next series, Abizi,
Yeah.
Encore,
Yeah, go for it.
LA
Come
Thieves,
on.
Heretics.
Let's go Game 5. Let's go Game 5. Stay tuned.